My extended meditation time.
That nap.
Is hypnosis. It's meditation. Extended meditation time. Why are y'all laughing?
Hey, I'm Shalece. Welcome to the CEO Soft Life, where red light therapy meets cycle syncing and rest-driven workflows. We're kicking hustle culture to the curb. Let's get softer. Hey everyone, welcome back to CEO Soft Life. I got my two besties, business besties here, Tenicia Moulden of the Moulden agency and of the law firm. Well, she's going to explain. She's an attorney, an IP attorney. Okay. And then I got my business bestie, Charmaine Brown of Dim Dim Browns, or Connections, hashtag Dim Dim Browns, or Connections Consulting. And she's also going to explain her coaching business. So we're here to tell you more about how we rest as CEOs. And I'd like to hear more about the evolution from the time, a year ago, 2 years ago, how you rested and what you thought about rest. And then what it feels like now being a little more seasoned, a year and a half, 2 years from a year and a half or 2 years ago. All right, let's go. First, we need to introduce ourselves. Who would like to start?
I can start. I'm Tenicia Moulden, owner of Moulden Law. I practice intellectual property and brand strategy, and been business besties with Shalece for some years now. And that's who I am.
Yeah. And I'm Charmaine Brown, president and CEO of Connections Consulting, Inc., and the chief inspiration officer for Simply Living Me, which is a coaching business for women looking to transition from their corporate careers into entrepreneurship. I have known Shalece 3-4 years now. I feel like it's been an eternity, right? Like I feel like we all
in a good way,
in a great way. Like we've all known each other for a short period of time, but it feels like years.
Yeah.
You know,
it's good. It's good. It's really good.
Yeah.
And I'm your girl, Shalece Daniels, and you're listening to the Alliance CEO podcast. And I would say, you're a rest coach, but I'm Flo's mama. You know who I am.
Flo mama.
Flo's mama. Flo just got funding from Venture 313 and also is being developed as an app by Apple, y'all. Apple. So
round of applause.
Right.
Round of applause. Like seriously, that's amazing, Shalece. We're so proud of you.
Thank you. Okay, so this episode is going to be about how we rest. I think I already said that, and I'm going to ask a few questions to my good girlfriends here. They came down to the DAC, Detroit Athletic Club, so that we could record this episode really quickly or however long it takes.
Because you know how we are.
And we do what we want to do. That's the life that we created.
Okay.
All right, so we are going to start. The first question that we have is about the myth of being a CEO. What is the biggest lie that you believed about rest as a CEO? And who wants to take that one first?
Okay. So it will be 10 years this October that I will have been an entrepreneur. And the myth that I lived by for a very long time was rest is not in the vocabulary.
Oh.
Rest was the anti to hustle. Right? Rest was being lazy. Rest was not helping you to move your business forward. Rest was a no-no.
But that's a lot of lies.
It's a whole lot of lies. It was a loaded lie, right?
Yeah.
But what you find out is when you ascribe to the opposite of rest, you burn out, you hit the wall. And I'm going to speak for myself. I burnt out. I hit the wall. I became pretty much incapacitated, right? I could not actually do work because I was so burnt out. I couldn't think clearly, I couldn't do anything. And so for me, that was the biggest myth that I've now learned that is completely stone cold lie. Rest is what causes you to rest your brain so that you can actually do the work and do it more effectively and more efficiently, right? It's where creativity comes from. It's all of those things. So yeah, I don't ascribe to the big bold lie anymore.
When did you stop?
2022 was my brick wall, right? So you think about COVID back in 2020, 2021. The business that I had then was around diversity, equity, and inclusion. And my business quadrupled, right? Because of all of the racial unrest. It was, the perfect ugly storm. And so I was working like a crazy woman.
Yeah.
And then I hit the wall. By 2022, I hit the wall. And the fix for me was therapy and rest.
Awesome. Yeah.
Therapy and rest.
Awesome. Yeah. Okay, Tenicia. Thank you. Charmaine. Tenicia.
The biggest lie? I think the biggest lie for me, how it came into my life, is that I had to do, for me to be successful, I needed to do more for other people.
Okay.
And so, but there's also no end to that because people will take and take and take and take and take. And, so just being the people pleaser and pleasing other people versus putting in my goals. So when I would do things, I would do it to the effect to help other people. But like I said, people will constantly take, and not that they would do it on purpose, but at the same time, it's just that I would give so much that I would be empty. And not reaching my goals. So it came to kind of like the same year, 2020, between 2020, 2022, where it's like, this is not working for me because I was not feeling optimal. I wasn't feeling good physically, not feeling good, and mentally not feeling good. But I started incorporating, and that's probably your next question on, like what did we do? But yeah, it was the myth of that. For me to be successful, the people pleasing had to go.
Okay. So instead of focusing on yourself, be it rest, be it work, you were instead taking that additional time and extending yourself to others?
Yes.
Is that what
okay. Yeah. All the time.
All the time. It wasn't any time. So what was the trigger when you were like, nah, like, forget this. Fuck this shit. I don't know if we going.
Yeah.
What was the trigger when you were like, fuck this?
We can cuss on this program?
I don't know.
What was the trigger? The trigger was when I found myself hiding in the bathroom crying. So the other people would not know that I didn't want them to give the impression that I was not being supportive to them. So I'm in the bathroom crying and I didn't know why I was crying, because I was tired.
Right.
Now I know I was tired. Girl, go take a nap.
Okay.
Just stop it. And just not fulfilling my purpose. But at the same time, it's not that I wasn't successful at what I did. I just wasn't fulfilled.
Yeah.
That's probably the better question. Yeah.
I love that in terms of the crying, because I know tears they're supposed to be a stress release, like a cortisol release when you have those tears come down. So I'm glad that you got it out like that.
Honey, I masturbate all the time because I cry. We know I am unguiltable about crying. Okay.
On Marco Polo, like, and so I'm like, yeah.
Unguiltable.
That's my girlfriend. Yeah. She is going to let
So I get my stuff out.
Very good.
Yeah.
For me, the biggest myth about rest was that you'll lose it all. If I rest, I'm going to lose it all. So I had to hold really tightly to what I had. And I didn't allow myself to let it go or to let go because you can't. That scarcity mindset. I've got all this. I earned all this. If I let it go, it's gone. Yeah. And the when I debunked that is when I went to Costa Rica and I let all that shit go. I like everything. I was like, you will be fine. And if you're not, fuck it.
Y'all figure it out.
You will figure it out. And they did.
Yes.
To a high degree. Yeah. They figured that shit out without Shalece. And in fact, better. Because me holding on to everything, I was the bottleneck. You know, they say bottleneck. I'm like, that's so cliche. I get so tired of hearing that, y'all. True. I was clogging everything up because if I'm supposed to be running things, I was in the middle of doing things. So I couldn't see the way that things were being run around me and how it could be better. So when I finally brought my head up felt like I was drowning, like I went to the jungle.
Literally.
With my
literally. But you also put systems in place.
I did.
To ensure that.
Girl, but they were very janky systems.
But you had systems better than most. Like me. I didn't have systems.
They were janky.
Solopreneur at its best, which means you do everything. Okay. Yeah, no.
I'm telling you, that shit was like, FaceTime me and I'll see what's happening with this pipe. I ain't a plumber. Like, I did all kinds of stuff. I'm like, we gonna figure this out. Let's go to WhatsApp. Everybody get on WhatsApp. Like, it was very elementary systems, and I didn't answer. Like, I didn't answer the answer, but they were able to communicate, and they were able to get in. So, yes, I did. I had very elementary systems, which in my mind tells the viewer that it doesn't take a lot. FaceTime and WhatsApp just to start.
Communicate. Yeah. Just to communicate.
To start, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think we can go into the second question. Let's see what it is. Do you feel complete with that, with answering that? Or is there something that you'd like to add to that?
Nothing right now.
Okay. All right. Oh, Tenicia, I want to ask you this one first.
What is the question?
Because my friend,
I don't even know what's coming. I'm ready.
Because my friend is always in the lab, right? So I want
to. Always in the lab. That's why I'm like, rest. I'll rest when I rest.
When I'm dead. Right. So, okay. When your brain won't shut off. That's what this question is about. Okay. When your brain won't shut down at 2 a.m. or in the middle of the fucking day.
Oh, okay.
What is your go-to?
There's two.
We already know.
We already know. What do you know?
No, I would like to hear. So we all want to hear.
That was it's two. So it's depend the 2 a.m. versus 2 p.m.
Okay, I want to hear both.
So 2 a.m. I just put my earplugs in and start watching some stuff about science or something. Say, you're not going back to sleep. Let's watch some science, the Science Channel or something, about the universe. Or I'll listen to affirmations that repeat themselves over and over and over again. So I have a sleep more one that's for sleep, and I'll listen to that. And it probably not necessarily affirmations, but I do both affirmations and hypnosis.
Oh wow!
So that goes for 2 p.m. too. So my extended meditation.
Her ass be sleep.
My extended meditation time.
The nap.
Is hypnosis. It's meditation. Extended meditation time. Why are y'all laughing?
Your ass be asleep. She has the eye mask on and everything. She's like, she gets up, Marco Polo like, I just finished my extended. Your ass was asleep.
Look, it's the middle of the day. I gotta block out the light. Yes. So I do my extended meditation. Lately, though, I have to say, I have not been doing, and I've been feeling it. I've been feeling the pain of not doing my midday meditation because maybe that's another question because I haven't been resting like I should. But but that's my go-to that I should do. I actually should schedule it. Like we'll probably talk about that. It actually should be like on my calendar.
Okay. So when you find that you're out of your routine and you are actually feeling it, in order to prevent the burnout, prevent the crying in the closet or in the restroom, how do you get yourself back into the routine?
I'm at that point now. I think what I have to do is I actually have to put it on my calendar. I have to actually schedule it, and a timer goes off and say, now it's a meditation time. Have you taken your meditation? No, not even have you. No, you need to do your meditation. Yeah. You need, like a kindergarten, you need to take your nap. You got to stop.
I love naps.
Yeah. You got to stop and take a break. So that's and so I have to find it and I can't say everybody has the same amount of time in the day. So it's not like I can say that I'm busier than somebody else, but I will fill that time with something. And so it's best that I get a reset, a midday reset, basically is what it is for me, because I get up, I guess, so early. By midday, I've put in like 8 hours already before noon or something.
So will you commit to put that back on your calendar?
I will. Okay. Since the world knows, and I'm a people
partner
pleaser, as you already know.
You're recovering people pleaser.
And I will do what I say. So yes, no, I do, and I have been lately. It has not been on my calendar, but I've been taking lunch breaks.
Good.
Oh my God.
Do I always eat at those lunch breaks? No.
But what do you say when you report that you...
I make myself eat or drink something.
So this is an inside thing. Charmaine is Tenicia's like meal captain. Reminder. Yeah, because she forgets to eat, and Charmaine and she are going, they're like, did you eat? Well, what did you, are you sure? So yeah, it's great accountability to keep ourselves healthy.
Yeah.
Or I will remind you to walk away.
Yeah.
Oh, walk away.
Put your computer. Close
your computer. Walk away.
Yeah.
I have plans to buy another computer so I can have one always with me. I need 2 more laptops so I don't have to carry one around. I can have one every.
So meanwhile, we're talking about
rest. Oh, I want.
So we're gonna. Okay. So she committed to put her alarm on. I'd like to chime in here real quick, and I have several alarms that go out during the day. I was listening to a podcast by Debbie Brown. I think her name is Debbie Brown. It's called Be Well or Deeply Well.
Okay.
And she had a guest on who was talking about having alarms go off during the day to remind them of certain things. And so mine say things like, I don't chase, I attract, at like 111 at 111. And then at like 3:33, it talks about my grandmother being present as an ancestor with me, like keep moving. And then one of the ladies became Dr. Rose Moulden. She said, show me how good it can get. God, show me how good it can get. So I have that on as one of my reminders. And every other day, because I have them alternate days, I stop what I am doing completely and I look down and I read the caption that's in the alarm so that at least I can take a beat.
That's genius that you created the affirmations or the motivation reminders. I love that.
Yeah.
Not just, it's time to eat.
Yeah.
It's time to take a nap.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you. And what I do when I can't sleep at 2:00 in the morning, which is not often, I usually sleep through the night. But if it does happen, I like Tenicia, but I'm listening to boring as his name is escaping. Oh, Neville Goddard. I'm listening to his, and then I also have a playlist on YouTube that's it's my sleep playlist. And so sometimes I sleep with it just normal, and definitely if I wake up at 2:00 in the morning, I sleep with it. And now I have this headband that I put on, and I'll allow the playlist to just go and go. And when I can't sleep at 2 a.m., what else do? I have gotten up if I've gotten the inspiration to get up, gotten up and worked. And then because I run my own schedule, I'll sleep during the day. I'll get up late and then I'll take a nap because I get to do that. It doesn't happen often, but that's what I do. And one of the reasons why I don't wake up during the night is probably because of my daily routine. And at night, I sometimes take a sleepy time tea or I'll drink magnesium glycinate, which helps my body recover from whatever hell I've put it through during my workouts or my intense days. So yeah, that's me. What about you, Charmaine?
Well, my elixir is not as healthy as yours. That would be a cocktail. But no, and when I wake up, well, first off, let me say this. Your girl is perimenopausing. And so my waking up in the middle of the night is pretty frequent.
Yeah.
But when I wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning with all these different ideas, I pull out my phone and I talk to Jose.
Yes.
My chat GPT. And I just kind of get it out of my brain and give it over to Jose.
Okay.
And Jose works it out for me. So it's kind of like, when you think about brain dumping, right? And so once I feel like I've gotten everything out and then I put my phone away, then I'm able to kind of get back to rest. I too, although Tenicia calls them extended meditations, I call them what they are, naps. I am also very unguiltable about taking naps because it kind of helps me reset. Yeah. And, if it's like 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon and that brain starts saying, okay, it's time to rest, I go lay down. And I don't feel bad about that. There was a time where I felt bad. Like I would sneak naps, meaning, my husband would call me and be like, what are you doing? Nothing. Oh, I'm working.
Bernie Brown. Was this during your entrepreneur days? Or
yes.
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely. He would call to check in. He'd be at work. He'd call to check in and I had to answer.
Yes. I love it.
But now I don't care.
Wait, it's Bernie. Wake up.
Right.
It's a great day at Connectors Consulting.
Absolutely. But she don't care no more. She don't care no more.
Oh, wow.
I just don't answer.
Right.
You was taking your nap.
Yes.
I'm sure he could tell in my voice.
Yes. I love it. I love a good nap too. I do. I love when my body is like, or if I'm making, even if something bad happens or I get some news that I didn't like, I'll be like, I'm about to start this day over. Let me go take a nap. There is nothing that 20 minutes of sleep cannot solve. There's not much.
Now, I will say this too. During the day, if I am just feeling like I ain't got it today, I am really good now about just walking away for the rest of the day. Because I know that now, unless there's a client deliverable that has to be, I do what I need to do to get it done. But generally speaking now, if I feel like today is just not going to be a good day for me to do anything, or I don't want to work, and then I will catch up tomorrow, and then I'll plan for that day, whether I'm getting up super early in the morning. So I'll feel like, okay, I didn't exactly waste the day. Absolutely. I just don't feel guilty about that anymore.
Also, if you're planning for the following day, whoever's watching, you say, I'm throwing this day, but that's what I say. This day going in the garbage. La basura.
Okay.
I tell this shit is going in the garbage. If I say that for the day and I plan for the following day to get things done, I know I'm going to execute. I'm going to execute well. So I wonder if that's a really good tip for like anyone. If you can get your brain.
If you can get your brain to not feel guilty about it, because that's the first step. It's if I take this day off, what am I losing? And the reality is you're not being effective right now. And maybe you just need to take a step away And to know that it's actually okay. You're not going to lose business. The business is not going to, be catastrophic. You can walk away, but plan for the next day to do all the things that you needed to get done and the things that you have to get done.
I love that.
Yeah. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to see you do it.
Yes. No, I don't feel guilty about resting often. I would throw a fucking day away quickly. I would be like, this shit is going in the trash.
Bye-bye.
Tomorrow we will start again.
Yeah.
When I get sleepy, when my brain starts doing that and I know, and I'm still trying to work, it doesn't matter if it's 12 noon, 3 o'clock, 9 at night, I eat. Y'all, do you find yourself eating if you stay up late at night or when you're asleep? When I'm sleepy, I get hungry.
No.
Not
so
at
I'm
all.
like,
No.
take your ass to bed.
You're a snacker. You must be a snacker.
I am.
My husband is a snacker. So
I guess I am. I just figured out I'm a snacker. Yeah. If I get tired, if I'm sleepy, if I get tired, my brain is like, Shalece, go and get them DoorDash, them barbecue chips that would cost $3.
Yeah, but she DoorDashed it, so it's $10.
Right, but I DoorDash it, so it's $10 plus, right, the tip. So I have to, that's why I know, I'm like, you want some extra calories or you want to take your ass to sleep? Just go to sleep.
Now, we talked about like napping during the day. We talked about like waking up at 2 a.m. But what I also do is I will actually shut it down early, meaning, I will have worked a full day. Full day for me sometimes starts at 6 a.m. I'll prepare dinner at 5. We eat around 6. After I eat dinner and I take care of the dogs, I go get in the bed. I take a shower and I go get in the bed. And I will shut the day down.
Yes, I see.
Early. And that's also a form of rest for me too, right? That just kind of let go of all of the responsibilities and just in the day and watch mindless TV or scroll, social media and look at dog videos.
I have been doing that. I have been shutting it down early and doing transition things. So I take a walk in the evening. That's my transition from work to give myself. It's like after this walk, it's no more work. And also I've been turning on what is the alerts on the iPhone, like the settings, like personal settings.
Oh yeah.
So do not disturb.
Yeah, the do not disturb. So the personal setting, for some reason it was turning on by itself. I was just looking at it like just now, like why is personal on? And I don't have it set to come on. I guess it was trying to tell me something, but I would start having it. What I noticed, I said, I'm going to let it do its thing. Maybe somebody trying to tell me something that the do not disturb comes on in the evening. So I don't see the alerts of all the things coming through on my phone, or I'm urged to look at things or email or anything. So that has been helpful. I kind of turned it off since my son started back to school because he out there in them streets and somebody might try to call me. That's not on my
he should be able to get through.
Yeah, he can get through, but what if his coach needs to call me and I don't have to coach for him? So anyway, that is the thing that I have tried. Also, I think it's helpful, but I don't do it often because if I wake up at 2 a.m., I need to listen to my affirmations. Is to when I have put the phone in another room, I actually sleep better.
So my husband puts his phone on a cradle across the room, like probably to the...
Okay.
But then when his damn alarm goes off at 4:30 a.m., I be like, honey,
please get this.
And this is every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, like clockwork. I be like, damn. But my sleep hygiene is really good. I can go right back to sleep. Or sometimes I don't even wake up with the alarm.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I wake up.
I wanna touch on a few things that I heard. One was cooking. So you talked about preparing dinner around 5 so that you can 5-ish. And I know you talked about preparing dinner. Like that's a whole thing in my household. It's like eating. It's this big thing because we're working our jobs. We're taking care of kids and or dogs. We are also like cooking. We have to nourish ourselves. We talked about you in terms of making sure that you eat. Tell me a little bit more about how that plays into your CEO day. How do you plan for all these other a myriad of things that just normal everyday life?
Well, as the most recent empty nester, I was telling Tenicia, it's kind of strange how now that there's only 2 people in the house, it seems like cooking is easier. Like you would think that having one extra person wouldn't be a big deal, but it's gotten a lot easier. There are days that I feel compelled to cook or want to cook, and there are days when I don't. And so, you know, I'm fortunate my husband loves to cook too. So we may decide.
He makes some hell of a good smoked salmon.
Yeah. We may decide, you know, at the beginning of the week, like the things that we're going to, you know, eat. And there are just things that I cook that, you know, like are my dishes, and there are things that are his dishes, right? And then there are days that we might have planned to cook. And by the end of the day, you're like, I ain't interested in cooking. I'm not doing none of that. So some of it is prep. I can't say that I do a lot of true prepping. Sometimes it's super on the fly, but I am also a big believer in outsourcing.
Yeah.
So if that means we DoorDashing or Grubhubbing or whatever, and okay, let's do it.
Or hanging out, because these empty nesters ain't home a lot. I mean, I don't know, they be in these streets.
Right.
I'm not quite sure how or if or whether they're cooking.
Really different lifestyle. And then this is just almost 3 weeks in. So, you know, we're still trying to get the groove of things. But yeah, cooking is overrated.
Cleaning, laundry.
Well, thanks to you.
Taking care of.
Thanks to you. I outsource my laundry now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not folding no onesies. What do I look like? Not that I have onesies.
I have onesies.
Oh, onesies.
I do.
For yourself.
For me.
I'm thinking about
in
babies.
the winter.
One of my girlfriends said this a long time ago. She was like, honey, I'm not folding no onesies, being upset and have a grudge. What I'm going to do is pay someone else to do that so I can spend some quality time with our baby. And I was like, wow, paying for pleasure, for joy. Ever since then, I was like, I'm not folding no one. I don't have a kid. I hadn't had a kid in they haven't been a baby in probably 10 years by that time. But that's the thing that rings through my mind. I'm not folding no onesies.
But think about this. So when we tell people that we have laundry service, the looks on their faces are kind of like, y'all some lazy mofos, right?
Thank you.
Lazy is not the word to describe it anymore. And I think this plays into this whole conversation about, rest. You know, rest and understanding and valuing your time is, guess what? You might be judging me for outsourcing my laundry, but that lets me not have to worry about one more task that is not either making me money or giving me the rest that I need.
Hey,
so I feel good about that now.
For that, and it's just the simple joys, the way that she ties the bow on the bag when she brings it back. It makes me smile. It makes my heart happy.
I know. And you know how safe and secure your stuff is, because when you left that $5 bill in your pocket or those iPods in your pocket, it comes back to you in the Ziploc bag. So guess what? We're outsourcing.
Right. Yeah, for sure. I'm like, there are certain things that I'm not going to be guilted into doing. Nope. Cooking, cleaning, laundry. I have, these are things that's worth my sanity.
I don't outsource my laundry, but I have stopped doing everyone else's laundry. So, so that everyone does their own laundry. And sometimes, if their clothes happen to be with our, wash it. But for the most part, my husband does his own. My son does his own. I do my own because mine are, I like particular about how my things are washed, and they mess my stuff up sometimes. So
What about the other stuff like cooking?
I actually, on a scale of 1 to 10, I think I probably in my household the one that probably on the love to cook more, because I think of cooking as a meditative practice. So I get joy from it. Saying all that, I know I have not been cooking because I just want to use my brain for other things.
Okay.
So I have not. So what I have been doing is making things easier for other people to eat. Why do I have to plan their meals out? I don't know. They basically grown. But I try to put meal prep things in place. One of my favorite places that make that easy is Trader Joe's. But I try to put things in place so meals can be made easily for everybody. And since everyone in my house eats differently, I'm not making 3 different meals.
Right. The days of that dime is $6.15.
Yeah,
those days are gone.
Yeah, so he can pretty much make his own dinner. The kitchen is always open for a 15-year-old anyway. So that I think that's, I just find when now I'm just looking at it as a way to fulfill joy for me. I'm not doing it. I'll eat now because I need to eat something. But when I want to feel some joy, let me find this recipe. This is going to make me happy to make this.
I love that because I do that too. And so I joke with my girlfriends and I'm like, I don't cook, and don't be in these streets telling people that I'm out here cooking when I am cooking. But so we have gone through, we had a private chef at one point. We had like a meal prep service. We've gone through, what's the meal prep service you gave me? 75 or was it?
What was it?
I can't remember the name. It's really good.
I like
that. Was the best meal prep service that I've had.
And do you know my people in my house did not like it? They refuse. I was buying the meal prep and they were like, we want you to cook it.
No, it was good. It was really good. I can't remember
because I didn't cook it.
That was not the point.
Right. So I'm thinking about just taking the stuff out of the package and putting it on the plate in there.
Right.
Yeah,
they don't know.
They wouldn't know.
Yeah, they wouldn't. They make really good food, and I don't remember the name. However, I meal prep. I will, if I do, like, I have to have things in the house, especially being on 75 hard. I have to have things in the house that I can cook or that I can eat. So when I meal prep, or my son meal preps before he goes to school, beans. I don't do rice. He does rice. David likes rice, so we keep some rice. We always have some sweet potatoes on deck. I always have salmon, some frozen and some in the refrigerator. I have some red snapper. I've started going to an Asian fishery here in the local area, 14 Mile and John R. And I'm trying all these different types of fish that I will marinate, put in the freezer, put in the refrigerator, and cook those things as I go. Fish takes 10 minutes, maybe tops, 8 minutes. So I throw that in the pan. I bring up my kale or my spinach that's fresh in the refrigerator, salad. I don't know. I'm very creative in terms of like when I bulk on Sundays, and then we do some juicing and some smoothies. My husband takes care of that part where he cuts up all the veggies and puts it in the freezer, and we're good to go. That allows me to have more of a CEO soft life because I'm not trying to worry about or figure out what the heck it is that I'm going to eat. That is important to me. And by the way, I'm looking for a meal prep person if you know a meal prep person. So please hit me up, DM me something.
There's a new place near us that does meal prep that opened up down the street.
What's the...
I don't know the name.
Okay.
But I saw it.
Tell me.
I can tell you where it is. But yeah, I saw it. I was like, I got to go in there because I saw it. I was like, meal prep. Oh, I got to check them out.
That's one of my alarms. It goes off at 10:55. So anyhow, all right. So we're going to go to the next question. The rest practice that changed everything. So here's the question, and anybody that feels compelled, jump in. If you could only keep one rest ritual in your CEO life that protects both your revenue and your sanity, what would it be and why?
Sanity. I would say that what I have done and I will keep is quarterly and annual retreats, whether for alone or a group. So getting away, you guys know that I will do this, go away per quarter. And sometimes it's already designed in groups or communities that I am involved in, that they are already planning a quarterly retreat. So I take advantage of that and go to that. Or definitely annually, I plan my own retreat, even if it's a staycation. I will go get a hotel room for the weekend alone and work on my annual plan. So I consider that rest
and definitely revenue
and revenue. Yeah. Rest and revenue. And I am not giving that up.
Yeah.
I'm not giving it up, because that is an opportunity, another total reset, not only to review what I've done to rest, but also plan on the revenue that for the next quarter or the next year, and know that make adjustments in my plan, but also just some quiet time. Not, sometimes, even if it's a planned retreat quarterly, and sometimes the groups have a full day for you, it's still an opportunity to get outside of your normal daily
which
things.
Is so important.
It is.
And you get an opportunity to talk to other people and do other things, and get out of the lab and go into the real world. Go out into the world. So that would be mine. The retreats.
Your retreats, getting out of the lab, and just sometimes quiet time. I love that. And Charmaine?
I am not giving up my naps for certain. However, it's interesting because I am now in this fresh stage of empty nesting. I'm not sure what it is I want to hold on to. I want to actually create something new. And I think part of that for me is getting away, like, Tenicia does. She does her quarterly retreats. My husband and I do the quarterly retreats, but we work on our businesses. We work on our personal business, right? And doing it in a way that is not scheduled, right? You're not on the schedule. We just kind of, go with the flow. Yeah. But I really want to
say flow. It just makes
I know.
Okay.
But I think one of the things that is important is kind of resetting my nervous system by doing some things that are just for me. And so I would love to be able to start doing some of these quarterly retreats just for myself, but not necessarily for work, but rather to spa, to rest, to chill, just to be in a moment of gratitude and not have to worry about entertaining anyone or anything, right? So that's actually a practice that I'm going to start implementing now that I have this new life.
Girl, figuring out this new life. Couple things. One, Sleeping Bear Dunes is my place that I just love. Even if it's just looking at the mountain of sand or walking up and sitting there and just admiring the beauty of this wonder of this mountain of sand.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful in the way that the sun hits it all times of year. Secondly, do you consider when you get your hair done me time?
No, it's maintenance. Nails and hair are self-maintenance, not self-care for me. Self-care for me is a massage. Yeah. Okay. Because it's not something that I do regularly. I just consider which I love to do, right? I love getting my hair done. I love getting my nails. I love getting my makeup done.
She loves being beautiful. But all things glam.
That's self-maintenance, my definition of it, because it's caring for yourself, but self-care is really about wellness. It's about, creating some level of peace, even if it's only for an hour. It's great that somebody's doing something for me instead of me doing it for myself, but I consider that self-maintenance.
Girl, because when they tugging on my head,
okay, they know. Ain't nothing.
How much longer y'all got?
Okay.
Tender-headed,
aren't we? Yeah.
I actually think of it as self-care because it stops. It makes me stop.
Okay.
So for me, I like, to do my hair and, because it's natural. And I'm like, doing all the things and I'm literally meditating and pouring like love into it. Cause I think I told you guys when I went to get my hair done, I think she was putting negative voodoo. She had some negative energy and I didn't like her touching my hair. So I think,
Me too.
so for me, it is meditative that cause it makes me stop. Cause I'm constantly going. So even for me to sit down and do my own nails, that makes me stop cause I have to pay attention and I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
So for me, it's meditative. Although I do love to go, all the things to have other people. I was gonna say have other people service me. I had to say it out loud. That makes us giggle.
Understood.
Well, no. So edit.
Let's not edit that.
Yellow. What's the word? Yellow. Yellow.
Aries, do not edit that. No. So listen, speaking of Aries, y'all, the one thing that I won't let go of is my team. I technically could be a solopreneur. I could do all that shit. I probably wouldn't do it to the level that they do it and to the degree, but I'm going to spend my money on my team because they allow me to rest. Like I don't have to do shit and things are still going.
Yeah.
That means like I can get up at what time I want in the morning and go work out and go cold plunge, which is also a thing that I've been doing lately for my health to turn the white fat into brown fat. From the bottom, but the base of my head down to my tailbone and my spine, right, which helps with the parasympathetic nervous system.
Okay, now we're getting into the science.
Okay,
that you calm down. You get
why she's the rest.
Edit,
now
put the science. Put the science.
Yeah,
and watch us tune out.
Yeah,
let's just say it. You help. It helps you. What does my niece call it? My 14. Crash out less. Are we familiar with the crash out?
Listen, yes.
Okay.
You mean in the bathroom?
No.
The crash out.
My niece be like, I crashed out, Auntie. I'm like, baby, we got to get you in a cold plunge so you can stop crashing out.
I hide less in the closet now. Yes. Literally, that was my crash out spot.
Yes. So that the one thing that I won't let go of is that. Another thing for rest for me, because it makes me feel rich, because I heard someone say this somewhere and it just stuck to me, is waking up when I want to without an alarm, how I want to, as slowly as I freaking please. So I used to be like, okay, if I get up early, I can schedule this meeting. Now I'm like, okay, I'll let you know what time the meeting's going to be tomorrow when I wake up.
Tomorrow when I wake up.
And it's my team. It can be considered a little inconsiderate, but they know. Like, I'm like, just expect that there will be a meeting tomorrow. I'm not sure if it's going to be at 9 or 12. I'll let you know.
You're giving them windows.
Yeah, so that's good. I don't use an alarm clock, so I have to say that. We have that in common. I don't use an alarm clock, but I do. I do schedule my meetings. But I say no. My meetings start at 10. I try for some reason 9 a.m. meetings that they just don't have. I'm like, I'm always first.
Girl, I used to have 7 o'clock meetings.
Listen, I love 8 o'clock meetings.
Okay, you meet at 7? It's 7 to... Now I'd be like, I'm not even going to be out of my bed at 7. I don't know what we're doing.
But don't schedule no 3, 4, 5 o'clock meetings.
No, I don't know.
Quite truthfully, it used to just be Fridays. Don't schedule afternoon. But I'm pretty much like that most of the week. Like, do not schedule.
No, my meetings stop at 2:30. So 10 is 10. You have to get my permission to go schedule a meeting after 2:30 because that's just the way it is. And no meetings on Friday. No client meetings anyway. But I have meetings, but no client meetings on Fridays. But yeah, you definitely have some people. It's like, Tenicia, can we meet at 4? Because it's not on your calendar. You have to get my permission to schedule a meeting at 4 o'clock because I'm like gonna be. You just realize what your capacity is and where your energy is best. And I'm best early in the day. And so I say, more admin stuff for the afternoon.
Yeah.
And more follow up and checking all the emails.
That's what I love about entrepreneurship is we get to design our days the way that works for us. There was a point in the beginning stages of my entrepreneurship journey that I worked nonstop. And then when 2022 hit, I made Mondays and Fridays my administrative days. I don't do anything client facing generally. And it took me some time to kind of get into that flow. But now it's just a part of my routine. And I think that's one of the beauties of, the fact that we're all CEOs.
So what's the last thing that you'd want to leave with someone? They're a CEO. They're in that stage of like scarcity where if I let it go, everything is going to fall. What's the last thing you want to leave them with?
Girl, get your rest.
Say, let it go. I was going to say,
get your rest. I mean, keep it simple. Like, get your rest and plan for the next day, right? Like we talked about earlier, if you just need to set that day up apart and away, right? Put it down. Plan for the next day. Trust me, you'll be much more clearer. You will have the energy. You'll have the focus. And you'll feel much, much better about taking that pause.
Yeah, I would say, to just be very intentional about planning all that and say this is non-negotiable. It's non-negotiable to get the rest. That kind of like my quarterly planning, it's non-negotiable. It's there. It's already on the calendar for the year. This is the annual planning retreat. I don't even know where I'm going, but we're going to stop at those days. We're going to go somewhere quiet and get peace. But yeah, you got to it's non-negotiable to get that rest. And if you're not getting rest in between, you've already scheduled it and this is my time to do a reset those 3 days. Believe I would guarantee once you start doing that, you will not turn back. You will not. You are like, what? Why haven't I been doing this?
For me, I'd like to leave you with this. Start small. If it's 20 minutes, take 20 minutes, because there's something that we all learned from a coaching program we were in. It was courage over confidence. Mm-hmm. And what that means is you exercise that muscle. Start small until it grows bigger. I have this little anecdote I'm going to tell about my kids. So when my kids were young, I used to be like, okay, Ty, you are 5 years older than Reggie. I should be able to leave this damn house and leave y'all here together. Okay. You don't let him do anything. And the way that I started was I would go in my room and shut the door and say, now I'm not here. Y'all need to act like I'm not here. And in the beginning, they would come to the door like, Mom, but she said, can I? And eventually, when they didn't get an answer, they began to figure it out themselves. It was courage over confidence. And then I'm sure I left them a year later. No, I'm sure I left them at some point. But what I'm saying is this. Start small. If your rest isn't a weekend retreat, don't make it a weekend retreat, because your belief system has not developed to believe that that's possible. So what's going to manifest is it ain't going to be possible. Shit is going to hit the fan. So make what's possible, make it possible for you. Is it 5 minutes that you can put on Do Not Disturb? And then you can go and dance or do something creative and figure out oh, shit didn't break. Okay, can you move to 20 minutes now? Once you develop that muscle, right, it's growing bigger. That's my last piece of advice. 20 minutes, then start 30 minutes, then maybe half a day, end early, end your day early, or take an extended meditation nap, or whatever it is. Look, she's just whatever works for you. So that's all that I wanted to say. So I'm leaving it up to y'all. If y'all wanted to say anything else.
You did a great job wrapping it up.
Listen, you might think that you're subscribed, but you may not be. Double check, triple check. Push that button and subscribe. My girlfriend, she's got a podcast channel as well. What's your podcast?
It's called Simply Living Me with Charmaine Brown.
Yay! And you got a YouTube channel.
I do have a YouTube channel, Moulden Law, or the Entrepreneur's Lawyer.
Yes. Okay. So now we about to talk about all the shit we doing. You can. So what do you want people to know about you? What do they need to come to? What do they need to subscribe to or buy? Because we got who got Eric? Tell me what you got. Well, you got a community.
I do have a community, which is now going to be bundled into our services. So the entry into my services is basically to start with a a very, I think, affordable $97 strategy session. You start there, you do an assessment, and then we work together to pick the right projects for you on building your brand and protecting your business. And basically, I say own everything. So ownership is really important. And so I bundled packages together based on your level of business to make sure that you have the brand strategy and also growing revenue. That's the main thing. We want to grow some money. But yeah, the first step is to follow me on YouTube, subscribe to my newsletter, and or just pick a strategy session and start there.
And you need that strategy session. She did one with me. Trust me, it's worth it. How can they get to you? Spell your name out and stuff.
Oh, spell it out. Tenicia, Tenicia, Moulden, Moulden. And you can find me on all the channels. So on Instagram, I'm Tenicia Moulden _ESQ. You can find me on Facebook on Moulden Law, and LinkedIn, Tenicia Moulden.
Awesome. Charmaine?
Well, there's a lot going on.
Let's do it.
Because, empty nester again. So all the things can happen. I am launching the next season of Simply Living Me within the next couple of weeks. So I'm super excited to have, some solo pods and to bring some of my amazing entrepreneur friends on to talk about, all things related to entrepreneurship, and also how do you live your life simply for you instead of for other folks.
Okay.
I am also excited because I'm going to be launching a group coaching program. It's a bit of a hybrid program for those of you who have been thinking about a business idea, a business concept, but just need this support. So we're going to be doing some mindset work. We're going to be building your strategy and helping you with the implementation plan, because here's the reality. You can create a plan. You can even have the right mindset. But if you don't understand the resources that are needed and to build that into your process, then you might as well just sit it on down. So my group coaching program is going to provide you with the framework and with the resources and the community to support you on your journey. And then lastly, I have a cool merch store coming out to remind you every single day to live your life for you. It's the Simply Living Me merchandise store, finally. So like daily doses of motivation to remind you, just as Shalece talked about, scheduling all her affirmations. Maybe, you are a coffee drinker like me or cocktail drinker like me, and you love hoodies and sweatshirts and hats and all the things, but it constantly reminds you about the importance of living your life truly for yourself.
And spell your name out and how they can get all your channels.
So Charmaine Brown, CharmaineBrown. I am Charmaine Brown on Facebook. I am Charmaine Brown on LinkedIn. And I am at Simply Charmaine B, as in Brown, on Instagram.
Awesome. And hashtag them damn browns. I'm just saying if you want to laugh. Yes. Hashtag them damn browns. Thank you so much.
What's your hashtag? We are hashtag.
Yes,
the Weekenders.
The Weekenders. That's right. Her hubby, her huge hubby. You'll see them. Sure. So Tenicia looks so pretty when she dresses up. I was just talking to her husband about when you guys, it's this green dress.
Yeah.
This green dress that just keeps striking me. It's like you sitting next to, I think he had all black and you had all green. I was like, that's my friend.
Oh, yeah. So I have
the glam.
Yes, I love it.
Glam.
So yeah, hashtag the Weekenders, hashtag them damn browns, hashtag I don't have one. Built on us. I do.
Yes, you do.
Built on us. You're right. Yeah. Okay. Hashtag built on us is about our legacy, and we bring the kids in and we talk about things that we're proud of. Our kids, they're doing well. I love they're doing things. Anyway, okay. Thanks for watching the extended version of this podcast, and we out. Bye. That's your dose of CEO Soft Life. Rest hard, delegate ruthlessly, and join me next time for more rest-powered workflows. Don't forget to subscribe, because you deserve the easiest win today.